So the Sheffield Steelers with a retro coach, the Sheffield Steelers wearing retro shirts. Steelers try and set the forecheck going. Meyer has it though, he clears all the way down the ice. Ben O'Connor's there, has to scramble a little here. The Steelers don't clear their zone, that won't please the coach. This might be a little better. Here is Wah. Wah tries to feed Fressa. Fressa with space, fires and scores! Oh boy, did he ever let a wrister go there. Holt is a quality goalie, but that was a high quality finish. Coyle to Nelson, using the backboards. Quick pass comes out in front, held in well by Coyle again. Nelson steps away from his man, he was taken down to the ice. Coyle again banks this one off the boards. Steelers goes to the net hard with Nelson. Dowd helping out. 1:10 remaining on the power play. Nelson looking for a passing lane, it falls to Dowd. No chance of a shot though. Moyer, Nelson again. Here's Duco, sharp angle shot from him. Nelson again, he's looking for Dowd. Dowd can't get there, but Nelson will. Did it on his own. He ignored the one-timer. And he went up high. Gotts will hold. To Ben Davies behind the net. Matthew Wyatt is back out there. Chance could fall to Davies. Great pass. Oh, what a save. What a save from Tyler Plant. Another quick pass to Phil Hill. Now Fitzgerald with a bit of speed into the zone. Centering feed doesn't find Ferrara. Shot will come in quickly though from Hewitt. Balloons up in the air. And Hill will take over again. Hewitt to Sarich. Quick pass comes out again. Moyer sends this one in. Blocker save. Rebound pops out. Steelers with another chance. They score. Ferrara pumps it home. And the Steelers lead by 3. And the fourth line has a goal.
Mentioned earlier in the game that when Ferrara's been given his chances last season, he's taken them. He got 2 goals. He got another one here. And it's just persistence. The Steelers just keep coming at them.
We're into the final 10 seconds here. Dowd kicks this one clear. Could be one last chance for Nelson. Scores! Second of the night for Levi Nelson. An impressive debut in the Steelers orange. And the Steelers are going to canter to a 4-0 victory as the rust is well and truly taken off the Steelers' wheels. Okay, players out there on the ice now. So plenty to look forward to this evening. Steelers wearing another of their retro kits, this one. The black version of what they wore last night. I think this is around about 1994. The Steelers have it back again. Tyler Mosienko into the offensive zone, right side. Rubbed out on the boards. Nesbitt with the outlet pass, it's a good one. Pitt can't handle though on the fresh ice. Coyle goes back to collecting his own end. Steelers trying to outlet quickly. Ben O'Connor is there, he's robbed of possession, that's good from Nesbitt. Having a good time with it, Nesbitt. Arson, chance, what a goal! Oh, that's a wonderful, wonderful feed. And Levitt deflected it into the top corner. And the Clan needed just, 56 seconds to open their account in the second period. Steelers unable to clear their lines, and the feed was great. The finish, even better.
Assisted by number 6, Scott Arson, and by number 19.
Levitt last season played with Ravensburg in the DEL2 as the second chance comes, and another goal, this time Stefan Meyer. Wowzers. The Clan on fire at the start of the second period, and the Steelers walk onto a 1-2 punch that puts them in a 2-goal hole.
2 goals in 13 seconds for the Clan. Well, You wait 4 periods for a goal and 2 come along at once for the Clan. Phillips is back out for a second consecutive shift, so it looks as though there's no lasting problems from that fall in the first.
With the Elite League budgets just maybe stretching a bit as Legue walks into the zone. Legue scores! A pump of the fist from Jeff Legue as he beats the goalie down low, and the Steelers cut it in 2. Legue scores. Steelers now trail by 2-1. Harper on the left side. Nesbitt goes chasing. Phil Hill tries to muscle him off the puck. Steelers, though, give this one out in front, and what a finish that is from Ben Davies. 3-1 Clan, and the Steelers miss an assignment in their own zone, and Davies buries it with 6:05 to go in this second period.
Had a little chat with Ryan Finnerty as he came back out for the start of the third period and asked him, are you going to be pushing for the aggregate victory, or do you want to see this one out? He said, I'm happy with a 1-1 weekend. Overtime is not something we need right now. So it looks as though the Clan aren't going to push too much. The Steelers' perspective, they think they just pushed too hard for that extra goal when they went behind, so desperate to get back level.
Off the bar, does it go in? The rebound pops out again. The big cross check that goes in on Vesberg. Fitzgerald was lurking. Phillips is in there. Here's O'Connor fighting to keep control. Hard pass to Eddy, low shot comes in, Steelers score. We've seen that many times before. Matthew Watt out in front, finishes off, and a power play goal which took 9 seconds to tick off the clock. And Steelers cut the lead to 2, from 2-1. Nesbitt on the outside of Coyle. Here's Fretter. He's chopped into pieces there, and Fretter had enough. He's losing his temper here, Colton Fretter. He's taking a penalty on Nesbitt, and he's going to just hammer him if he can. And now O'Connor and Davies having words. Duco gets involved with Davies and gets him in a bit of a choke slam. Davies goes stumbling to the floor. Meyer steps across and has a word with Duco.
That was a big left jab from Duco.
This one's dumped in on goal, turned aside. Steelers on the forecheck. Duco is the man who's there. Back it goes towards O'Connor. O'Connor winds up, fires this one. Steelers score! Mike Duco and Levi Nelson, the men in front. Huge deflection, and as Plant was taking off to the bench, the Steelers equalise. Once again, it comes from the stick of Ben O'Connor as we end up all tied up at 3 on the night. And the Sheffield Steelers will win the Holiday Inn World Victoria Cup on aggregate. Always a bit different, isn't it? Parading a trophy on the first weekend of the season rather than the last, but there we go. We're going to get you some more reaction from the Sheffield Steelers camp again. We'll hear from Mike Duco very shortly. Jonathan Phillips looks a little embarrassed, and nobody too keen to take the trophy off him.
Talk us through that equalising goal.
Well, literally, I just went to the net, and they say when you go to the net, good things happen. So I think it went off me, and we tied the game and got the overall win. So that's all that matters.
And it was a good recovery from a second period that didn't go the Steelers' way.
No, absolutely. That team came out with a lot of jump tonight, and give them credit. They gave it their all, and obviously it was a 3-3 game. No one won tonight, but at the end of the day, we overall won. So it's all that really matters.
And it looked like you really enjoyed doing the fast lap.
No, yeah, I wasn't quite sure what to do. They just said be creative, and that was as much as I could do. So hopefully it went well.
And on to Scandinavia.
Absolutely. The CHL tournament's a big thing. That's what we've been kind of working towards this whole week, and with a win here, overall victory, hopefully we have positive thoughts and positive minds going into the next week.
Great noise and atmosphere here tonight, but there must be a sense of wanting to get into the big building across the road and playing in front of a few more thousand.
Absolutely, but this was a huge win for everyone, and obviously the fan support here is amazing. I've heard a lot about it the last couple of months, like I said on Twitter last night, and we can't thank the fans enough for coming out and supporting the club.
So Jeff, you've got through the first weekend. How's the body?
I actually felt great this morning for once. I think it was a lot of summer training with Jono and Danny, and the legs were there, and they felt really good tonight. It showed on the ice. So.
Does it seem like you've taken a big leap into maybe somewhere further back in your career in terms of the amount of work that you've had to put in?
Yeah, I mean, everybody always said as you get older you got to do more work, and I didn't believe them, but now I do. This summer we did a lot of work. It was 5-6 days a week, and but it's showing now, and I'm glad I did it.
When you look back to when you returned to the Steelers last season, how different do you feel to then?
My timing's back. I mean, I felt out of the loop for at least 10 games, and it was just getting the feel back and being confident with the puck. I mean, I thought I lost a lot of confidence when I came back, and I started to get towards the end of the year, and then the summer comes back, and then it's like starting over. But you know, I'm starting to feel it again, and just holding on for that extra second and two to make a great play instead of just a mediocre play. I think it's settling in now. So.
All four lines got goals this weekend. How big a boost is that to the team?
Well, that's that's the plan. I mean, we need all four lines going, and at any situation we can send any line out, and it showed this weekend that anybody can score, and we all can play defense. So it's a lot of firepower that a lot of teams in this league is going to have a hard time dealing with, and it's exciting actually to play four lines because you get that extra rest, which gives you that extra incentive on the offense, and it's good.
It's not a new position for you, but you're playing on the wing, Vesberg centering, Jonathan Phillips on the other side as well. That line seems to just have an awful lot of speed, a lot of creativity too.
Yeah, that's what we need to. That's what we need to use as our speed. I mean, if we're standing still, we're not effective. So last night was a little feeling point with each other, and I felt towards the end of the game we were starting to. Third period, I thought we played really well, and then it led into this game, and just spinning off cycle plays where we're not thinking about it and the guy's there. So I think we're reading off each other very well, and it's good to click after 2 games.
I remember when you were signed, Dave Matsos talked all about this one-timer, this great release that you got on your shot. We've seen plenty of it over the years. Do you almost get to the point now where you go back to that, where you go back just to being able to shoot pretty much any situation?
I would like to. I mean, now it's to get in those situations. I mean, as my job changes, you don't get those chances. You're not that guy anymore. So, you got to make those situations available on the ice. And I feel that with our speed and everything on our line, those situations will appear during the game a lot.
But playing with Vesberg, he's going to give you the puck a lot, isn't he? He's going to give you those chances.
He doesn't like to shoot, so I told John we got to be ready at all times. Just stick on the ice, and he puts it there. So it showed in the game. He just laid one in there. I don't even think he see me. He just knew what was going in. So it was. It's nice to see, and we got to be ready for it. So.
You've played these 2 games and they've been good intensity, but it changes, doesn't it, when you fly out and all of a sudden Frölunda are waiting. They're sitting in Gothenburg. They've been doing their training for the last month or so. Yeah,
I mean it's a tough task, but we wouldn't be here if we didn't want it. So I think this last week for the first couple of days are a little rusty, but I think everybody's ready for the challenge. I mean, if you're not, you shouldn't be here, and they're going to be a tough team to play against with speed and everything. But I think we got some speed as well, and you never know. With Continental Cup in Bolzano, we were ranked last, and we went in with 2 lines, and we come out on top. So I mean. Sheffield Steelers is, hardworking, and we're ready for it. So
the coach has you well drilled. He has a lot of ideas. He has a lot of discipline in how you play. Mm-hmm. What kind of things has he said to you over the course of this last week? What are the things that are sticking in your mind right now?
A lot of defensive zone stuff. I mean, if you play good defensive zone, the offense is going to take care of itself. So, being support for your D-man, coming low, center, support underneath, and just little 5-6 foot passes that we're going to 2-on-1 guys up the ice. And I mean, once you do that properly, there's no team that we did it 4 or 5 times tonight, where it was just quick 2 passes from behind the net up to the center, over to and it looks so pretty but we've been working on it all week, and now it's settling in and it's looking good. So. That's probably the main thing that he strives on, and just support the guy at the puck. Don't leave him hanging by himself.
So that's it then. You've played your last game in the UK before the start of the Champions Hockey League. Are you ready as a group?
Yeah, I think so. It's one of those things, going into the Champions Hockey League, you play these teams that, are top European teams. And tonight, I think, we played a solid game all around this weekend. I think we just have to do the little things that, do the whole team mentality thing, play in 3 zones. And if we can do that, I think things will shape up. I know each and every guy knows it's going to be a battle, against the Swedish and the Finnish teams. But, we're looking to have some fun going in and just, working as hard as we can and see what kind of result we can get.
Is it quite nice in some respects for you to be underdogs? Because it's very rarely the chance, really, when you're wearing that Sheffield Steelers orange.
Yeah, no, there's no pressure. I mean, it's one of those things, I think a lot of people have us already pinned out as, not doing well or, not competing, things like that. But, yeah, coming in as underdogs, you always have that thing is, there's nothing to lose. So, we got to come in as a team, play our game, and, hope for the best. And all we can do is lean on each other, from the 22 guys we have, the 2 coaches, and the rest of the organization that's coming along and the fans behind us. And that's all you can ask for.
Does it feel like a very different place to the one that you arrived in 12 months ago?
Yeah, things are different for sure. Things have changed. I think it's a good, positive change. I think a lot of guys are buying into the system. A lot of guys came in shape to camp, and I think it showed here in the first 2 preseason games. I think we were more on same page, same level of things, and we'll see what happens come the Champions League.
What's your most exciting thing about going and playing in Sweden and Finland over the next week?
I think just playing that tempo level again. It's one of those things coming from North America. Played against a couple of these guys, and it'd be nice to see how we can compete and level up against them. I know on paper, a lot of guys have some better resumes, but when it comes down to it, it's a team game, and we'll see what we can do. And I'm excited to have our odds right now.
Are you somebody that has ambitions to go and have a look at the continental hockey at some point in the future?
Yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, if I had the opportunity, for sure, I think anyone would ever, jump at something like that. It's one of the best leagues in the world, and the money's good there as well. So it's one of the things that if you can get that opportunity. But right now, I just like to take things, one step at a time, and concentrate on this year. And we're off to a good start, so that's all I can ask for.
What's the key factor to have success over the next week?
Just playing, team game. It's one of the things heading into this weekend. We're playing some very talented teams, all around the ice. And for us, I think it's just, stick together as a team. And like I said, play in 3 zones, the offensive, defensive, and neutral zone, and rely on each other as teammates.
The big fellas next to you these days, I know you know him pretty well from your time in the American League together. What's it like playing with Fitzy again?
Yeah, Fitzy's good. It's one of those things. We actually never really played together much in the American League. He kind of played forward a bit, but no, it's good. We're on the same page. We talk a lot. We're 2 vocal guys. Play a similar game. Energetic. Look out for teammates, things like that. So it's good. It's always nice to have a guy back there that is supporting you and everything, and is willing to go to bat for you.
He's a big character as well, isn't he?
Oh, great guy. Yeah, fans are gonna love him. Everyone's gonna love him. He's one of those guys that you need on the team. He does his job on the ice, does his job off the ice, and puts smiles on guys' faces.
Just finally, how's the body? It's always tough, isn't it, when you've had a summer off to rest all those aches and pains and they come back pretty quick?
Yeah, no, it was a short summer for me. The body's a little banged up right now, so I'm just trying to get back on the train of getting things going, regular skates, regular workouts, things like that. And other than that, I think we'll be ready to go come Wednesday or Thursday, whatever the game is.